could do. I'm thinking about my body, all the places that I want be. I don't need nobody else, know how to handle myself. I can do it for two. And I sleep so well at night when I lay there by my side. No one else to mess with my head. And there's so much space to breathe when it's just myself and me. There's room for no one else in my bed. Ooh, it's so cute, thinking I'm over you. I found somebody else, now I'm fucking with myself. Ooh, it's a shame, I know you wanna play, but I found somebody else. Yeah, I'm fucking with myself. I'm giving myself flowers, listen to myself for hours. I don't need nobody else, 'cause I'm talking to myself. Oh, I'm going to turn it off then for a minute. Hi everybody, it's Gertrude.t here, and we are halfway through lockdown. I have just come in from my walk. I walked to Wenzel's, got my son a Belgian bun, and walked back. Big spender today. It's funny, there's a lot of people milling around, and they don't seem to be social distancing. They just seem to be, everyone seems to be on top of each other. I think it's very different from the first lockdown, where people were very anxious about, maintaining social distance. I think that really has gone out the window in my area at the moment. So what have I been up to this weekend? Well, I saw such a good film. Let me get my notes because I can't remember anything, but I've written it down. It's called Giant Little Ones, and it's about the turmoils of teenage sexuality. And it really was riveting. It was so well acted. Basically, there's two boys, they're 18, 19, or around that age. No, actually they're not. I think they're 16-ish, 17. And they are best of mates, been mates since early childhood, and you just see some activity happening under the quilt, so you don't really know what's happened. Only some sort of intimate activity has occurred, and one of the boys jumps out of bed and runs out the house, and the next day in school he sets a rumour off that the other boy is gay, and went down on him, and it's just a really sort of horrible, a friend turning on a friend because they've done something that they feel maybe ashamed of for some reason, or they don't feel it's, they're able to admit to themselves perhaps that that's something they enjoy. It's really quite complicated why what a person might freak out. So and it's a shame. You see the friendship of this boys unravel, and it's really a good film. I don't know how it's gone under the radar. I've never heard of it, but it made me think of one of my favourite films, which is Call Me By Your Name, and it's very different from that because, of course, Call Me By Your Name is it's a real love story, and where they're both able to express themselves, and it just feels so natural, and the parents find it natural. It's just really lovely, and when I see Timothy Chalamet, I always think he could make a really good Henry Whittle, because Henry Whittle is tall and slim, and yes, he is, he's got muscles and a kind of ripped torso, but you would expect that of anybody who is kind of in the army and very fit and a very physical job and combat and stuff. So it's not like he's not big, he's not a big built up guy, he is a very slim person, and so I think with a bit of toning, Timotei could definitely do that, because I really like him. I'd like to see him play something a bit sinister, a bit darker. So what else have I been doing? Well, I had a curry Saturday night and I watched Strictly Come Dancing, and it was sad to see Max go on Sunday, because I do think he had a lot of potential and he would have learnt so much. But it's hard to know who else would have gone. And I thought perhaps Caroline might have gone, because I don't know how far she'll be able to get in the Latin, but I mean she might surprise me. I'm going to look forward to seeing that next week actually. I don't have one favourite. I like all of them, because I just like Giovanni's relationship with his partner. I think is very flirty and nice. I like that. And Maisie is just so cute with Gorka. And then there's Harvey, and he's really doing a good job. I mean, it's surprising. He's like so tall and sort of lanky, and that he really does take to the dances so well. And yesterday I think it was Saturday doing his salsa, because he doesn't, he's so straight down, and yet he still managed to kind of get those hips moving. He was very good. But I think my favourite at this point in time has got to be Jamie, and I have not seen Made in Chelsea. I mean, I've come into the room and my girls have been watching it, so I know what it's about, but I've not actually sat down and watched an episode myself. But I really do like him. I think he's just quite a sort of a humble, nice guy. It's hard to imagine him actually ever being cross or being mean to anybody. He just seems so lovely. So that's Strictly. And of course it was Celeb, Get Me Out of Here. And I don't know the name of him, but the poor Radio 1 DJ getting sick. He must have been so scared of heights. The idea of going off the abseiling down the cliff was just, but then he did it. So I thought, well, fair dues. I mean, to be so scared of something that you actually throw up on live TV, and then you actually get your kit on and you get over that. Because I have abseiled myself, and the hardest bit is actually stepping off the cliff, because everything in your body screams don't do it. Your head is going, don't do it, don't do it, because I mean, it's just not a natural thing to do. And when you're leaning back and you're in that position and your legs are locked nicely, it feels quite comfortable. And if you don't look down, it's fine. But it's that getting off the cliff. So I thought, yeah, I've been in that position, so I thought he did absolutely brilliantly. And I like the castle. I just think it mixes it up a bit. They're in their nice wooden beds. It's just a different atmosphere. So looking forward to that tonight. I've got a lovely cat. My daughter Grace bought me this lovely candle. It says "World's Greatest Mum," but I think there's a lot of world's greatest mums out there. I think I'm one of a large band. But I'm proud to be a member of the World's Greatest Mum Society, and I don't know if anyone can actually be, it says greatest mum and not perfect, which is really nice, because I look back on my motherhood, my times as being a mum, and I think to myself, oh gosh, if I had my time over again, I could really nail it. I could do it so much better. But I've muddled through it, but it's lovely to get this absolutely beautiful lilyflame.co.uk. But the best bit is, oh my gosh, it is absolutely the most beautiful smell. And look how pretty that is. I mean, is that not gorgeous? I mean, it looks nearly edible. I love it. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to I'll light it actually next time I do a video. Well, okay, reading time. So, The Girl Who Came Out of the Woods, Emily Barr. Normally really like Emily, but this was not my favourite. I found it very slow. I found it hard to kind of get into it, because obviously there's this girl who lives in a commune,
and she's had no contact with the outside world, but is forced to go to get help. And as she sees things like cars, you can imagine how scary that is, the speed that it goes at. And if that were in a film, it would be like just a brief moment of a car and the speed and the light. But in a book, the explanation of it, I just feel it goes on, and I suppose we just know in our mind what it would be like for her without having read it, because we've probably seen it on the television a few times. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with the girl who came out of the woods. But never mind. You Should See Me in a Crown. Not very far into this, but loving this so far, because it's pacey. The kids seem really real. I've got a good picture of what's going on. It's witty, and so yeah, this is big thumbs up for this one. Treated Myself. This is a lovely from Needles and Riddles. It's a little book cover, but you just slip it in there, and it's lovely because everything, as you see, I have a floral seat and my sofa is pink. Most of the things in my house are pink or floral. My stairs are painted green. I like to bring the outside into my little house, and I think that's everything. Okay guys, I'll see you soon. Take care.